Alright. Well, I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail.
Pretty badass back here.
Easy, darling, when the devil's on my trail. Oh yeah.
Well, it's raining out. Actually let up for a second. Oh boy. You know, I don't know. I don't know about this outdoor research expensive rain jacket I got on here. I feel like my arms are wet. I got like a short sleeve shirt underneath here, so I feel like my arms are wet underneath here. But it peeked in at my shirt. My shirt looks dry. So, I don't know. It's still lightly raining here. It was really coming down there for a bit. Alrighty, it stopped raining. I'm in the Ocala National Forest. It's beautiful. I was thinking about it, you know, all the garbage. You know, there was a hurricane that went through here, so I'm thinking that's the aftermath of it, too. So the consensus on the raincoat, my shirt is dry. Yeah, the shirt's pretty dry. I think the insides of my arms, because I was kind of sweating. But yeah, it held up pretty damn good, because I mean, for about 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, see, there's just foam everywhere. It's just pieces of foam and garbage. It rained pretty good, rained pretty hard. I'm kind of making really good time here. I feel like it. Yesterday, you know, I only have got like 22 more miles. It's 10:30 before I get to the Big Scrub campground. It's like, I think they have showers again. That was the quietest campground, the Rodman. I've never been in a campground that quiet in my life. I was like, what? It was just a cool spot. Alright, well, kind of misting out, but at least it's not raining. My feet are soaked. They're kind of cold. Alright, it's still not raining. And I just got on Forest Road 50. So this is a different looking kind of sand here. Last road was like grayish when it was raining. This looks like tan color, but it looks hard packed, which I love, because, you know, it's gonna be sandy back here. I'm gonna be wishing I had my pivot, my fat bike. Not gonna lie, I like the cooler weather too. I don't mind the rain. In fact, when I was riding the divide, I had a day. I got like 2 flat tires. It had rained the night before and it had flooded. I'll just share this story real quick, but I'm gonna stop. So the night before, it rained. I mean, I made it just in time. I was self-camping out New Mexico, almost into Pie Town. I had like 30 miles the next day. I was like, it's gonna be an easy ride. I'm going to Pie Town, get some pie, chill out. Well, I barely made it to where I was camping. And I set up my tent, and man, it started pouring. I mean, I could hear water flowing outside of my tent. It was like a flash flood warning. Rained all night. Next morning I get out and I had a mile down this road. It was just boggy and wet and rocky. It was just trashed. Well, I got out to the other dirt road and I got a flat. Well, I think I had I found a couple goat heads in my tire. And I looked down the road and it's just water. And I'm like, shit. So I found one of the goat heads, pulled it out, kind of sealed my tire back up. Front tire gets flat. Had a tube it. And I find out that the tube I had wasn't a pressed valve tube. So I'm stuck kind of out in the middle of nowhere on this gravel road. And not knowing what to do. I was thinking, well, and I knew more rain was coming. I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait for somebody to come. Nobody's coming. I was having to push my bike through the mud on the road. Lost my shoe in the mud. It was so thick. And I look down the road and it was like a mirage. I could see a biker. Rewind. I had met up with a couple guys and I had rode with them. Ben and Bob. 2 guys from Colorado. Awesome. But we went our separate ways. Sure enough. So now I'm walking because my front tire's off my bike and it's Bob and I'm just so happy to see him. And he's like, are you all right? And I was almost crying because I'm out in the middle of nowhere and having a breakdown. And I'm like, where's Ben? He's like, oh man, he's struggling with this mud. Guy does not know how to pick a line. And sure enough, I see Ben. He's coming and he's just covered in mud and he's taking a stick. I mean, the mud would gather so big that you'd have to stick a stick and get it through because it was hitting your frame. And I was just covered in mud. And so Bob came to the rescue, had a tube, put the tube in. We start riding. It took us forever. 35-mile ride into Pie Town. Took forever. And then it just started pouring rain. I mean, water was flowing down the road. And I look over in this house. There was water up above the house. And just this shitty, just this crappy ass dirt road. And I was just so happy. Because I thought I was going to be stranded out there. And, nobody, couple people, someone did stop and ask after we were changing a tire if we were okay, but no one was going by. And I did see someone and I waved at them and they kept driving. I was like, okay. But made it into Pie Town, went to the Get Pie, and they were like closing in 10 minutes. I'm like, we can't make you anything. We've got like a few mini pies. So I bought the pies and we ended up going to the toaster house. And that's a whole other video and experience that. But so a day that was kind of crazy and whew, some mud here, boy. Day that was kind of crazy and you know, 2 flat tires, tire full of goat heads, and then I did have some more trouble. I had to put another tube in that tire. Luckily, like slid into Silver City because it was Luvas and Air again. I had to get a new tire, all that. The bike shop in Silver City, nicest guys, best bike shop. I'll link the name because I don't know, but super cool. I just remember that day riding in the rain when I didn't even care, because you know, I think I was stranded out on the side of the road for a couple hours at least, trying to maneuver through the mud, my shoes, losing my shoes, falling down. It was crazy. As cliche as it sounds, I literally had the time of my life. Whew, sand. We're riding through sand.
You can lead a blind man to water, but you can't make him drink. And you can show the masses.
Well, we're back to push a biking. I crossed the highway and then got on this sandy wonderfulness. I can't even ride through it. Last couple miles have been real slow because it's been really sandy. Oh. Hang on here. I got some squeaky thing. I don't know.
Keep laughing.
Got some shikaka. Okay. Alright, this looks like a smooth sailing road here, boy. Now we're talking. Alright. Now I'm taking this, and it says it turns into pavement, and then it takes me into the campground. So this road, look at this. I mean, wow. Those forest roads was, you know, it's kind of sandy, no woods right next to it, but this is just, wow. It's so cool to be in Florida and be in the woods, the forest. As much as I love the desert and, you know, Florida and the beaches, I love forests and woods. It's just I feel at home there. You know, I feel that way in the mountains too. I think if there was one state that I would love to live in, it would be Montana. I mean, I fell in love with Montana on the Divide. And Wyoming was really cool too. I really liked, so I kind of waver with the two of them, but I got discombobulated. My bags got all shook up. I'm gonna have to readjust them.